So what exactly is a mastodon? Mastodons are often confused with their relative, the woolly mammoth. In fact, mammoths are actually larger than mastodons and had a very different diet. Mastodons tended to graze on shrubs and trees, tree branches. Woolly mammoths then are more associated with the grasslands of ancient Siberia. At the visitor center here at the historic site, mastodons, mammoths, Asian and African elephants, and other extinct members of the Proboscideae family are assembled together into what's called an evolutionary tree, with a common ancestor from which all the various subspecies of Proboscideae animals descended. So creationists have developed a new taxonomic term, the Baramin, taken from the Hebrew word bara for create and min for kind. A Baramin, or a created kind, represents the original created type of animal that God created in the beginning.
What baraminologists do is that they seek to apply a range of different criteria, from hybridization studies to statistical analyses based on the morphology, the overall shape and form of living creatures, to try to identify continuity, evidence of continuity between different species. And in most cases, at least among the vertebrates, which is probably where we've done most work, the created kind seems to be roughly equivalent to what we would call the family in the standard Linnaean taxonomy. The Ice Age mammoths, now they're interesting because they actually were members of the Elephantidae. So they are, in effect, members of the same family as the living elephants. So they are almost certainly members of the same created kind. And that kind would have been represented on the ark. And when that group of elephants came off the ark, they diversified into the different species of elephants that we have today, and also the mammoths. So that's one of those families. The mastodons, however, actually belong to a different family. They're a separate family. They may look superficially similar in some respects to the mammoths, but the mastodons actually have some differences to mammoths. They're shorter, they're stockier, they have shorter, straighter tusks. They were more adapted for browsing, whereas the mammoths were grazers. They were sort of living on grasslands. So there are some differences. And so they appear to be, in fact, a separate created kind to the mammoths.